Fígaro. Estos celos me hacen daño, me enloquecen.
You're an art gallery,
No culture, bro.
Por eso no lo
Por eso no
sacamos.
salimos de aquí, güey.
You brought the hood right out.
Welcome back to another episode of Porque, because episode number 23.
Nice.
The LeBron one. The LeBron episode. Yeah. Coincidentally, right?
Yeah.
And as you saw in the thumbnail, we got a very special guest. Someone that is world-renowned artist, someone that is a leader in the community, and we are so happy to have him. Our homie, Pako Pablos. Thank you for being here.
Thank you guys. Thank you. Thank you guys for having me. Thank you. Thank you guys.
And we got a live audience.
Thank you.
So obviously we're not in our regular studio, our beautiful garage.
This isn't the garage, bro?
Yeah, we redid it. Yeah. Don't tell my mom.
Don't tell my mom.
Try to keep it in love.
No le digas cuánto nos costó. No,
Cabrones.
so we're inside of the North County Mall in Escondido, California, and we are at the Pako Pablos Studio Gallery. So we are literally in the middle of art. Right behind us, as you can tell, is a unique Pako Pablos art piece, and plenty more behind us. So thank you so much for having us.
Thank you guys for coming and making this happen. It's always great to have this community.
Cool, eres el padrino de los ¿cómo se llama?
¿De los pollitos?
De los podcasts afuera. It's our first
our
podcast.
first
Oh, well, congratulations.
Hey,
Yeah.
padrino. Muchas gracias, padrino.
Ahora que se
Quiero un carro.
sigue queriendo.
Y padrino, cumplo el 13 de julio, una arte o algo. No, sí, pero yeah, it's awesome to be here. I think I've been a fan of Pako Pablos for a really long time. I actually saw his art on Instagram once, and I bought a shirt off of Instagram. Mm-hmm. Years later, I come around now and I see the sign and I'm like, what the hell? Like, what is this? I was like, I
remember that shirt. It was this shirt.
Yeah, I wore the shit out of it, dude. I wore it so much. I wore it, remember I used to be in, ¿cómo se llama? What was Jay's podcast? Anointed Radio.
Oh, yeah.
The Christian one?
Yeah.
Me puse la camisa, and I shit you not, they were like, you can't wear that here. I was like, what? Like, what's wrong with it? It's like, no, it's like too much like brutality. It's like, it's not appropriate.
Christian Radio?
Yeah, bro, come on. Dude, they got a guy on a cross?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing. People don't understand our culture, dude. Our culture was bloody as shit. I mean, they were sacrificing. They were happy.
Yeah,
and
I think we all saw Apocalypto.
That was not kid PG for sure.
PG.
Yeah.
I think, so I became a fan. I started following, and then I saw it here, and I immediately, and I'm sorry, but I blasted you everywhere. I went out in the comment section, I went on a DM, I was like, I want to be in Pako Pablos gallery because I've been a fan for so long, and obviously, you see whatever I saw on Instagram, I saw it here.
Yeah.
And that shit just blew my mind.
Dude,
I was like,
you replied to his post, and he was off the wall. I'm like, bro, he replied, dude, he looked at it, I'm like, bro, like, shit.
But I'm trying to play it cool here. You know,
trying to group you out.
No, I'm a big fan. Yeah.
After this, dude, I'm a big fan, bro. Art is
And it
amazing.
does get people involved. It gets people like inside, through the doors, and just kind of seeing. And of course, you got the interactive app where you can see the whole art come to life. I mean, that's super cool. That all of it is fucking dope.
Yeah, I think it's been a process. You know, from my starter. I mean, I've always been the guy that asked for an opportunity.
Yeah.
You know, always because when you have something to show, you just need a platform to show it. You know, you just need an opportunity to show it. And I've always had that mentality. You know, if you know that you can do something, just ask for the opportunity, regardless of what it is and when it is, and anything that comes to your mind, just ask for the opportunity.
Yeah. And
that's how I started. You know, I used to work in the nightclub industry here in San Diego a long time ago, and I remember I'm a graphic designer. I'm a bachelor in graphic designer. So I was doing some graphic work for them for the nightclub. And I remember I'm like, okay, this is cool, but I want something else. I want something more, you know. And I've always believed in myself to the point that I just need an opportunity to prove what I can do.
Yeah.
You know, so I remember there was this big rapper back in the day that was coming to the club. It was Waka Flocka. And I remember I told him, hey, I'm gonna do something for them. Are you cool with that? Oh yeah, man. Just tell us what you need, and we're gonna make it happen. You have 2 weeks. I'm like, fuck yeah. And when I went out, I'm like, fuck, what the fuck am I gonna do? I'm like, I haven't painted in my life.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I've always drawn. I always drew comics, or I always drew cartoons, or whatever. But dude, this is a great opportunity. First opportunity with a big ass rapper.
Artist.
You know, so I'm like, okay, you wanted a shot. This is your shot. You know, if you're a buzz, you're gonna buzz. You know, so
It's true. It doesn't hurt to try.
yeah, of course.
There's always that one
Look,
thing that you gotta
I've always lived my life with the mindset of I can accept failure, but I won't accept not trying.
Yeah.
You know, that's from Michael Jordan. So you're like, all right, you know, if you think about it, it's a very wise saying.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, because you're gonna put yourself in a situation where you're gonna see if you can match up to it.
Yeah.
You know, and if you do well, you know.
What do they say?
Good luck.
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Exactly.
Yeah, 100%.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, I know for a fact you're originally from Guadalajara, Jalisco, right?
Yes,
yeah.
sí, señor.
So that's shout out to La Raza.
Yeah. Dude,
La
I was born in Guadalajara. You know, my whole life I lived there until I finished college. I was like 21. Before starting college, I played basketball my whole life. You know,
Yeah,
I'm 6'7". So
Yeah, he's tall, guys.
He's tall.
We had his chair all the way down. We're like, we hope he doesn't go up.
We're all the way up. He's all the way down.
I was like 12 years old, and I was like 6'1", something like that. You know, so I started to just play, and I played in a good, you know.
Yeah, you played professional, right?
No, not professional, but I played for the national team. If I would have played professional, I would have not been able to represent my country. Back in the day, it was different.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say if I was playing a professional, I wouldn't even be here, guys. So, this was you, man.
I've been having drinks with LeBron.
No, but back in the day, it was like if you play professional, you could not play amateur. You know, just because you were getting paid.
Yeah.
So to play in the national teams of any country, you should not be professional. You know, because they're supposed to be not non-professional leagues.
Yeah.
You know, obviously that changed with the dream team and all of those type of things. You know, but that was before.
Did you get to travel a lot, or you were doing?
I traveled a few. Yeah, I traveled a couple of times. I went to the United States. I went to Cuba. I went to different places.
Cuba,
But,
my activities.
But see, these are the things. So I knew that playing basketball representing my country opened my perspective of things.
Yeah.
You know, so I was happy in Mexico. You know, I could have lived my life there. I mean, that's all you know.
Right.
But then once you go out and open your horizons, now you see the other possibilities.
Yeah.
You know, so back then. It was a pain in the ass to get shoes or clothes or anything, especially back there in Mexico.
Yeah.
You know, it was before the internet started to pop.
Wait, you didn't have a tío that lived in the U.S. que te mandaba something?
Okay, yeah, but
Because we all got those
here's the thing,
tíos.
I had deals and I had people, but they would send me Spalding shoes. Exactly. Luckily Nike sponsored us.
Wait,
so I had a
what
bunch of
size are you?
shoes. 15.
Imagínate una patada.
Yeah,
Sí, no.
so luckily, I mean, I had
footsies with me.
I know. I had a bunch of shoes, but you know, I've always had to be wearing shorts, or always had to be, you know, because you know, let's be honest, the stereotype of Mexican is 5'6" and short. So it's not a lot.
Like crop tops and shorty shirts.
Exactly.
That's all you were wearing.
Exactly. So it was kind of tough. So when I started to go out, I started to see, you know, potential of other things, especially for me to get a better life or a better lifestyle.
Right.
You know, so I decided that I wanted to move to the United States. I don't know how, but I decided I wanted to move here because it was going to be easier. You know, so I was plotting all my way to college. I was plotting on, you know, how do I do that? So, you know, I started to play for Mexico, which, you know, opened my horizons and the background for me to be able to come and play here. You know, like everyone, mi rodilla, cabrón, right? So, but I still had the chance to play for junior college here. You know, which opened me the possibility to have a student visa and then to be able to be here legally and
Here in San
do all
Diego?
of those things. Yeah, in Southwestern.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So I played there a long time ago. I couldn't play for shit, but it gave me the opportunity
To come.
to come and to be here.
Yeah.
So I took the shot. I'm like, hey, I don't care if
Solo.
Yes, yeah. I mean, I came with my deals.
Yeah.
My deals.
Shout out to the tío.
Yeah.
Dios, ¿se acuerda de mí? Hace 10 años que no lo veo, pero hay que para allá voy.
Kinda. But anyways, they give me an opportunity, which I'm very grateful for. They give me an opportunity to stay with them, and after a few months there, I was like, you know what, I need to get on my own. So that's how I started. Then with another deal.
These tíos
Hey, you always have deals.
Si quieres no te decimos padrino, te decimos tíos.
But this deal, his family, they welcome me to their family, and they do very well. They have freight companies. They do truck crossing and all that. And we're trucking right there in Altai. So back then, I had to work. I had to do something.
Yeah.
So they give me the opportunity to work as a manager in their warehouses.
You worked at a warehouse?
Yeah, they have a work. They have a work. So I was just managing it.
Dang, okay.
I mean, so that's how I was,
On the forklifts y todo.
Oh yeah, dude, I was drifting in the forklift. It was when Fast and Furious Tokyo.
Dando vueltas.
Yeah.
All these forklift guys, bro.
I know.
Hey, certified forklift.
Certified.
What's that mean? You don't know you're around a certified
Forklift
driver.
Right here, brother.
These people don't know I'm a forklift.
Oh, it's tough, man.
It's tough, man.
Not really, but
But I like to make you feel good.
You ever lift a quarter with the forks?
No, man.
I did. We had an uncle that could do that. He could put a quarter in the ground, and then he'd drive up to it, and then like pick it up with the forks.
Oh shit.
And then put it inside your pocket.
And put it inside your pocket.
Yeah.
Damn. All
He's been doing it his whole life.
I didn't try that.
No, we don't suggest anybody do that.
Yeah. He used to help the girls in bars, like, hey, I could do something with a quarter? Give me a forklift and a quarter, and I'll fucking...
I'll blow your mind.
I'll blow your mind, girl.
So right when I was there, I started to think about what do I want to do.
Right.
I mean, because time passes by, and you just started to get those thoughts about this is what I want for life. I mean, no. And then from the University of Guadalajara, we got a letter saying that if you don't get your diploma after 5 years, you're gonna have to take another course, and they're gonna make it complicated for you to graduate and have your bachelor degrees, right? So I had to go back to Guadalajara for a year to have, to make my thesis so I can complete the degree.
Nice.
So that gave me an opportunity for me to go back to my roots and understand what I wanted, to recenter and to be like, okay, this is what I want, this is what I can do.
Yeah.
Let's go for it. So I graduated and I came back. When I came back, I shied away from the warehouse work.
Right.
I was still staying with my uncles because I needed a solid background.
Yeah.
So where I could stay, but that didn't last long because I just had something else.
Yeah.
But like I said, I always ask for opportunities.
Were you thinking of artwork at that time?
No. I was thinking on how to grow my opportunity to stay here.
That's it, though.
That's it. That was it at the moment.
This was not
in the game yet.
Oh, you're right.
But I remember with my bachelor degree, now I had the opportunity to go and be a businessman to apply for a business visa.
Nice.
Because my uncle already had the company.
So he would just request
request me as a professional.
That's a good way, yeah.
So I was like, you know what, let's do this. And he was super cool about it. He's like, yeah, let's do this. So they give me the opportunity to have my business visa. So now I have a social security. Now it's different. That makes it a little different.
Yeah. Trust me, we went to
know
people that don't know, if you don't have a social security and you want to have a cell phone, you have to pay 300% more.
Yeah.
So
just for a cell
FYI,
phone.
FYI.
That's not considering
We
a
know
car
this-
loan. That's
yeah,
not considering an apartment.
Yeah.
That's not considering all these different things that.
So now you can understand. Now you can understand how easier
I
things
do.
are getting.
I do.
He does.
I
We
do.
got a little dreamer here.
Yeah, I'm a dreamer.
It will happen. It happened to me. It will happen to you.
There's
Yeah.
your ticket, brother.
right there. That's my art right there. That's my masterpiece.
So,
Not even.
right after I get that, I was trying to figure it out what to do.
Right.
So now I'm like, okay, I have my diploma. How do I use it?
Right.
So I applied for a job in the nightclub industry, like I said. But then I was looking online to see, like, hey, if my whole life it's always been about art. It's always been drawing. It's always been watching cartoons and draw them, or draw the teacher as a cartoon in the class, and always get in trouble for that. And
So you were really just art was just involved in your whole life, but it never was essentially professional. Like it was never like
no, it was
thought
never
of, like, oh, I'm gonna
professional.
do
It
this
was
for a
never
living.
professional, but I was always above everyone else when I was trying to do that.
Right.
Without even wanting. Like
Right.
I was competing in state contests and things like that, just because teachers
Yeah.
wanted me to do so. I did it because I liked it, I loved it. But it was never my
I think
profession.
that's
to
the
do.
best way though, because you don't see because sometimes people get into it like I'm gonna make money, I'm good, I'm gonna make money, but it didn't never even cross your mind like I'm gonna sell this and see how much it sells. You just kind of did it because you liked it.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that's a big Mexican mindset. They're like, my hobby is not you're like you said you apply for a business, a visa. So I'm looking to get a business, like start a business, something like that. Art is just my hobby.
Yeah, at the time, like I said, I didn't know that art was what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
Right.
But I was looking for opportunities to be creative, and this is something that we're going to talk, a little bit later.
Yeah, go ahead.
But I just wanted to be creative about ways of taking chances.
Yeah.
Creative of ways of creating opportunities for myself.
Right.
So that's how I did it. So when I was doing this gig in the nightclubs, I saw an opportunity to apply for a scholarship in the School of Instructors of Art in Minneapolis.
Dang.
Wow.
So I went for it.
Yeah.
And they sent me a package. You need to do this, you need to do that.
Oh, where you got to show them your
Yeah,
work
exactly.
and
You need
stuff?
to. They need to measure you.
Yeah,
You need
yeah.
to know, what
Portfolio
are you going to do, all that.
and stuff.
Exactly. No, not necessarily portfolio, because they just want to know what's your level and if you're worthy to enter to their school or to their program or whatever.
Okay.
So I sent it away, and 2 weeks later I get a call, and it was the dean of the university. He's like, hey, you know what? We wanted to call you to congratulate you, but we were very impressed with what you did, and our dean wants to meet you, and he's going to fly out to San Diego to meet you.
From
From
Minneapolis?
Minnesota. I'm
He
like,
really liked you.
like, oh shit, all right.
And this is something you just did, just like a ver qué pasa.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I was just testing the waters.
Worst thing they can say is no.
Worst thing they can say, I'm never going to hear from them.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, worst thing is can say is not say anything.
exactly. So 2 weeks went by, and the guy comes over, and he's like, Mr. Pablos, we're very impressed with what you do. And he was telling me technicisms and things like your line work was this and very firm, and things like I just drew a fucking cartoon.
Oh, you didn't know what it was called or what?
No. I mean, I knew kind of the technicisms, but I didn't know that all of those things were involved into their way of
the way he explained it, the way he showed it.
Exactly. So I'm like, all right. So he was
You're like,
saying, well,
is that good?
Really? That wasn't on purpose.
so then I was like, all right. So what's next? He's like, all right. So you got this scholarship, and we're gonna send you these materials. You also got this scholarship for supplies of, I don't remember exactly what it was. I got like 3 or 4 scholarships, and they were just sending me things every month, and with materials and all of those type of things, right?
Wow.
And I'm like, well, cool. So I started to develop this love again for
Right.
art, and I remember after like 6-7 months, I wrote an email to my parents, and I said, like, you know what, this is what I want to do, for the rest of my life. I don't care if I have to live under a bridge. I don't care what's going to happen. I want to be an artist.
You told your parents that?
I told my parents.
Ay, por...
Yeah.
Ay, tienes unos...
So that's exactly what I thought was going to happen.
Yeah.
My parents were going to be like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
That's not a job.
Actually, they came back with we're very proud of you that you're taking your decision.
Wow.
We're gonna have your back, whenever you need it. Right?
They do that.
So that to me was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
It's like,
Are you
right.
your parents? What made you feel like maybe they would say no? Did you feel like maybe they're a little more
just
traditional?
because we're Mexican.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, sometimes our culture dictates that you can't do what you love because.
Yes.
Pues es que la chamba es la chamba y tu hobby es tu hobby.
Yeah. But at the same time, if you think about it, I mean, even if they said no, I was not living with them.
Right.
I mean, I was on my own.
Yeah.
So it's not like it was more like
hey, I'm
look, I don't
letting
want you to be ashamed if you see me like this is what I'm gonna do.
Hey, don't worry, but I'm now doing this.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So with that in my head, I'm like, oh shit, okay, so they support me.
That's awesome.
So,
Good. That's
so
really
now
good.
that give me confidence to just keep at it.
That's awesome.
So once you decide that that's what you want to do, things started to flow that level. Doors started open when you knock on them. So that's when the nightclub question came up. So that's when I was doing the posters, I was doing things for them, and I asked them, hey, you know what? I want to do a painting for them. Mm-hmm. And the only reason why I said a painting is because that's how I was thinking of doing something. Mm-hmm. Give me an opportunity. I do art, so it must be a painting.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's how we came up with, I want to do a painting.
Something to present the artist.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So they were like, yeah, you have 2 weeks. It's coming in 2 weeks. Just bill us and whatever.
Ay, estoy pagado.
Oh, yeah, that's another thing.
Shit.
You should never do things for free unless there's a big trade-off that helps you move forward.
See,
We'll pay you at the end. Don't worry about
it. Just send us your Venmo.
Yeah. But what I mean is, there's some times that the opportunity is so good that just to have a chance to be in it, it's a good trade-off for your work.
Yeah, of course.
Because sometimes the platforms are there, but they need to they require something from you just because they're too big.
Right.
So everyone asks for opportunities, but you need to put the work in, and also you need to be smart about it, because it's not, at the beginning it was like, oh yeah, I'll pay you with exposure, and then you would have to say like, well, what's your exposure?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because if it's 5 people, I mean, I can get 10 on my own.
Right.
What's that exposure?
Dude, that's the same thing with the music. Because I play, I play music. I'm a drummer. I play mostly norteño music. So I play different grupos, and then people will tell us they're going to throw an event. Like, hey, guys, come over. You guys play. Promote it. We'll promote you guys. And then that's going to be your way of payment, by promotion. And then when you show up, there's 10 people, exactly what you said. I could have gotten these 10 people.
Yeah. So that's a big misunderstanding about how exposure works.
Yeah.
Exposure is worth when you're gonna be seen by thousands of people.
Yeah, of course.
Or where your work is gonna, be in a place where, it's going to be worth to be a part of.
Yeah.
Other than that, it's not. But like I said, trade-offs are always good when it pushes you forward.
100%. Yeah.
And
you did the whole Waka Flocka thing, and
the whole Waka Flocka thing was 2 weeks that I had no idea what I was doing. That's when Dirty Fingers was born.
Yeah.
Because when I was in college, every semester they would teach you different techniques.
Right.
And I remember I was so naive before I painted these guys that I didn't even know where to get my canvases. I didn't even know what materials. I didn't even know what the hell was I going to do. So I was just figuring out. But I was remembering, my classes. So I was like, all right. What was the best technique, or the one that I was the best at back in the day?
Right.
When I was in school, what was the one that I knew how to work in? And I remember pastels.
Okay.
Yeah. So and the reason why I remember them is because it was kind of easy to me to work with them and to use my fingers to shade them, to fade them, to playing with the material.
Right.
You know, so I was like, all right, this is not the best material for me, but this the best solution of my situation right now.
To figure out,
you know,
and do
exactly.
right.
So that's what I did. I created a portrait of Waka Flocka, and I remember I was super nervous, you know, because this is a make or break it.
Yeah.
You know, if
You might think it's trash, you might love it. Like,
exactly, and when I put it, you know, in the mezzanine right there where he was going to be performing, I remember people were talking. I didn't know if they were talking good, if they were talking bad.
Right.
So you know, you have your balls in your hand. Right? You're like, what the hell's going to happen? And
so much pressure.
yeah, because you don't know the outcome.
And then it's
something that you don't have to.
And it's your job. You're like, damn, what if I embarrass them?
It's not that it's your job, but it's the big opportunity that you were looking for.
Right.
Because things can go really good.
Right.
But they can go to shit. Right there. You know, so I remember I was sweating. I was there in the mezzanine. I was just, you know, just waiting for the guy. And then he shows up.
Waka Flocka.
Waka Flocka shows up. And before I said something, he looks at the painting. He's like, holy shit, you did that? I'm like, yeah, man, dude. And he clapped me. He's like, dude, I was like, oh. You know, I just dropped like, oh. So that's awesome.
You had me in suspense.
I was like, dude, this is fucking awesome. And I remember when I was starting, I used to print a little poster of, you know, the same artwork for them to sign.
Nice.
You know, just because I like to keep memories. You know, I like to keep little reminders of what you've done. So I remember I told him, hey, dude, you know, I don't know if you do this, but it would mean if you sign this book. He grabbed it and he put, you are awesome, or thank you, man. I don't remember, dude. I can't read what he wrote because but he wrote a bunch of things, and I remember I was like, holy shit. And he started to take pictures, and then he said, dude, I'm gonna post this on Instagram. I'm gonna blow you out, and then it was when Instagram was starting. It was when it was starting. So the first time he posted, he got like 6,000 likes, and that back then was a world of likes. It was a world of likes. He didn't only just post it once; he posted twice. So then I started to get, you know, like.
Was your socials packed with art? Did you have art on your social media?
I was starting, dude. I didn't even know, dude. I remember Instagram. I didn't even know how to use it. Wow.
I still don't know how to use it.
Yeah, right. Yeah, algorithms.
Yeah,
but,
Fred, what's Fred?
I know. So, you know, that's when Instagram was starting. Then, you know, they saw that it was well received what I did. Right. So then I asked for another opportunity. Tyga was coming.
You just get bigger and bigger, don't you?
So no, before Tyga, my bad. Before Tyga was this guy called Dricky Graham. He had like a one-hit wonder. He was like a one-hit, like big-time hit back in the day in the nightclubs. Okay. So he's coming. You need to do something for him. I'm like, cool. So I did something for him. Sent him. The guy liked it. The guy posted it. It went well. Then Tyga came.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, let's do this.
Yeah.
You know, by then, when Tyga came, you know, I made these realistic painting of him that I was actually very proud because he came.
I was
out
like, when
really
an artist
good.
goes, dude, I love this. That's really good.
It was a really good portrait, you know. And I remember Tyga came over, and he said he saw the painting. He's like, cool. He took pictures.
Right.
But I'm like, all right, you know, I got what I needed. I got what I needed. So, you know, that's it.
Yeah.
Then he started to sing, and in the mezzanine, we circled around, and when he was singing, when he was performing, and then he goes, bring the painting here.
Oh, shit.
So I grabbed the painting. Wow. I grabbed the painting and put it right behind him, and he starts rapping to it.
To the painting?
Wow.
Dang.
You gotta look that way.
And there's video of it where he's just drinking Ace of Spades, and he's drinking, and then he goes and raps to the painting. You know, I'm like, damn.
The exposure on that's crazy.
The footage.
Is there a video of that?
Huh?
Is there a video of that?
Oh yeah. I'll show you here in a minute.
I was like, it's popping up right here.
Turn up.
started to put, to make the noise, the noise that I needed. So now I had people reaching out, hey, we're gonna do an art walk, we're gonna do this. Since I was in the nightclub industry, people try to position me into different areas. So now, I'm not only doing it in one nightclub, but now I'm doing it in other ones.
That's such a niche, like going to the nightclub. Like you don't really think of like maybe a gift in a nightclub might.
That's exactly what I mean by being creative in ways to do what you want to do. Right. Because it's not necessarily an orthodox way to do it. Right. Because why? It's a nightclub. Right. But I see an opportunity and I just knock on the door, and the door opened, and I just, bro, he kept going. Yeah, that's awesome. So now I'm starting to be kind of known here to the point where now we have the rappers coming asking for, hey, I saw that this guy did it, I want one.
Where's that Pako Pablos guy?
Yeah, exactly. So
at this point, you're Pako Pablos?
Pako Pablos, yes. Yeah. Dirty Fingers was born because of the pastel things, because I painted with my fingers.
Mm-hmm. And you went by Dirty Fingers at that point?
Not at that point. That came over a little bit after. Right. But
which is a sick ass name.
Yeah. My wife came up with it, so
hey,
all props for her.
I have a tío that's got arthritis. We call him Crooked Fingers.
Arthritis. We call him Choco.
I get confused. One time they called me Sticky Fingers. I'm like, no.
I don't see
chilangos.
So anyways, I started the noise started to move forward, and, started to do things, but then it gave me in my head. It gave me credibility to go and ask.
I'm not, dude.
So now I see on Instagram, I started to see that, that these blue chips are starting to follow me. Big names are starting to follow me. And in my head, I'm like, why not? I remember I saw George Lopez. He started following me. Dang. I'm like, George Lopez. My chingon. I'm like, hey, George.
Why are you crying?
I remember I sent him a message. I'm like, hey, I'm a big fan.
Right.
If there's any way that I can do to help you, I know that you are. Right. Something that I've always done is do my research. Yeah. I've always been aware of what they are about, what they're done, and what they're doing, in order for me to be able to, get to them in a point where they don't think that I'm just asking for anything, that I'm just trying to help. Exactly. So that's what I did, and that's when he came back with, we're gonna have a celebrity golf tournament.
Nice.
I tell him, hey, you want me to donate a painting? I will.
You golf?
Dude, I wish. I just got my +3 long clubs.
Oh, nice.
Because dude, I can golf with regular. It's like mini golf.
Yeah, it's mini golf for you, bro.
He's a basketball player.
So Shaq's playing.
So anyways, that started to open up a huge door for me.
Yeah,
because now I'm not only local. Now I'm going to LA. Los Angeles, puppy. That's a big step. That's a big step. So, anyways, that's how I started to do things, and the more doors that I knocked on,
And this all happened because you kept asking.
Because I kept asking. I saw opportunities and I kept asking. I would always have something in my head and I would develop ways to make it happen. Another example. Why would an artist be a feature artist in the Maxim Top 100 in Hollywood? Why would they have art in a model music situation type of things? But I was featured in the Top Maxim 100 in 2017, I believe.
Good shit, man.
So it's just about asking. Position yourself in creative ways that allow you to show what you do.
Right.
Now, before that, obviously, my work backed me up. Right. By then, I already have done work for all these rappers, for Ice Cube. I already done work for a bunch of names, not only in music, but now in TV with the George Lopez's, a variety. Right. Now I have a lot of, big names following me because they're intrigued about what I'm doing.
Of course, yeah.
So now, this is a key moment in my history, just because the piece that I created for LeBron James was and is iconic. And let me tell you why. So
I love this story, by the way.
So he got to the finals against the Warriors in 2016, and I had the idea already. I had the idea, but he lost. You know, so I'm like, exactly.
I painted the wrong guy.
God damn. So next year, he goes to the finals again. I'm like, okay, man, don't let me down. The painting. You know, he wins.
Yeah.
You know, so I have this painting of LeBron James going like this, like sushi, because, you know, he's probably the most hated athlete in history.
Yes.
You know, we don't deserve it.
Kind of right now.
But of his era, yeah, 100%. Dude, he won it in Miami. Dude, he won it in Cleveland. Then he won it in
fucking
LA.
won everywhere.
Yeah.
That's when he won it everywhere.
Yeah, he's won it everywhere, dude.
Look, the point is that he was super hated and he shut everyone up.
Yeah.
Because nobody thought that
Like
it was
a
going to be
boss.
possible that he was going to go back to Cleveland and bring a championship for, you know, after I don't know how many years
they didn't win. Yeah.
Exactly. So the painting is called The Promise.
Nice.
You know, because
Great time.
he fulfilled his promise.
in Cleveland, yeah.
So this was about August, right? Something around those when I came up with it. The thing with viral, you know, it was everywhere.
Did he ever see it, or did he ever?
You know, there was the Cleveland Cavs liked the pictures.
Oh,
you know,
it's
coaches
awesome.
liked the pictures. You know, so it was viral, dude. It went everywhere.
Yeah.
And right after that, I remember I got invited to paint live for Twister.
Twister?
He's a big fan of Twister.
Yeah, Twister. And it was on Beat Street. It was a hip hop festival called Beat Street, right there in downtown. Day before that, I went to Fox News to do the news segment
to promote
the
the whole
festival.
thing, yeah.
I was being interviewed, and the painting of LeBron was right behind me.
Nice.
You know, so he had a lot of exposure, more than what he already had. So people knew that he was going to be there.
Right.
You know, so and even a few days before that, that was on a Friday. I think that on Wednesday or Thursday, I paint the straight up from Guadalajara painting for Q. So it was, the momentum was there. You know, so I remember I was painting. I had my setup. I was painting, and right when I'm done, I go backstage to present the Twister. You know, and I stayed backstage a couple of songs just because I like Twister. You know, so I was, you know, perks of being an artist.
Who doesn't like Twister? Come on now.
So I remember I come back to my booth, and LeBron was gone. I'm like, what the fuck?
Crazy. Yeah.
And dude, those pieces are like 3x4s. They're not like small paintings.
They're big as fuck.
They're big.
Yeah.
These are even smaller. You know, these are smaller than the originals. Damn. So
3x4,
3x4
feet, dog. It's big.
Yeah. So I remember like, what the fuck? Yeah. So I've also been always the guy that turned the negative into positive. You know, so okay, my little rata started to what do I do? So I remember, hey, we were prominent in the news.
Right.
Called them back.
And they saw it.
You know, called them back.
Work is stolen during the Beat Street San Diego Festival downtown this weekend. Fox 5's Maria Arcega-Dunn spoke with the artist, who says the piece worth thousands of dollars was gone in a matter of seconds.
Beat Street Festival over the weekend. His work displayed prominently on the Fox 5 morning show on Friday to preview the event. And as you can imagine, it received...
You know, so this was on a Saturday. By Monday, I had Fox News, I had other KUSI, I believe. They went in my studio to cover the news. Yeah, the theft. And I remember I said on video, I was like, look, people are so stupid that maybe not tomorrow, maybe not in 2 months, maybe not in 2 years, but someone's gonna post something and the painting's gonna be there. Kidding you not, on Wednesday I get a text from a friend. Of that same week. I got a text from a friend with a screenshot with a picture of the painting that says, look at the souvenir that I got from Twisted concert. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me.
No way. And you respond, that wasn't a giveaway.
I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. Right? So I show this to my wife, and my wife, she's a badass, man. She just goes and, oh, I got this.
Investigative
she
mode.
investigated everything.
I mean, I think my wife does the
I
same
think-
thing,
yeah, I
but,
think
but it's
so.
with my phone, though.
No, dude,
Yeah, mine is the same.
I'm telling you.
Why is
by,
your
the
location
time,
off?
by the time that the cops called me, like 2 weeks after,
Yeah.
because you have a file and you
Yeah, they gotta look it up and all that, yeah.
because it's grand theft. Those things are expensive.
Yeah.
So my wife already had the guy's name, where he goes and gets his tattoos, where he works.
What?
Yeah.
We're gonna need you as a researcher.
So when the
His
cop
medical
called me,
plan, his blood type.
pretty much, man. When the cop called me, I'm like, yeah, okay. So here's their information. Do your thing.
You gave him all of it, yeah.
Pretty much.
That's
pretty
awesome.
much.
Yeah.
Okay.
So time passes by. I don't remember if it was like 2-3 weeks.
Right.
The guy called me. The cop. He's like, all right, so we got him.
Nice.
We got the guy here. You need to come to how you want to proceed. Unfortunately, he got rid of the painting. He destroyed the piece because he wanted to get rid of evidence.
He destroyed
what he
it?
told me. Yeah,
No
he wanted to
way.
say that he destroyed the piece because he wanted to get rid of evidence. Makes sense.
Bro, I would still have that fool in county jail right now, dog.
So-
In federal prison.
So they call me, and I'm like, oh shit. Well, I'm not a dick. I don't want to ruin anyone's life.
Oh, you're nicer
so I'm
than
like-
me. Yeah, you're nice.
So I'm like, look,
Throw it.
just make him pay the piece, and I'll go and I won't press charges. So I went there, I got my check, and the guy was there, so it was.
Wait, he was able to pay for it?
I don't know how.
I got to check.
Yeah,
got
I'm
it.
like, then just buy it in the first place. What
Yeah.
are you stealing it for?
I got to check.
man.
So right after that, I'm like, well, that was a good riddance, bro.
Yeah.
It was
It
good.
got you the exposure that you needed.
Yeah. It got me the exposure because right after, I have, the
Yeah.
networks just reaching out. Hey, we want to closure this, so let's make another segment.
Man, that's so smart.
Yeah.
Way to use it into a positive. I would have been in my room just crying. Like, oh my god, that took forever doing that.
And that started to get my the name out there, not only in the States but outside, because
Right.
now all of a sudden I have a lot of people tagging me in other artists' account that they are replicating that piece.
Your same piece?
Yeah, my
the
same
LeBron
piece,
one.
yeah.
Oh shoot.
I have big artists from Australia. Danielle Weber, it's one of the greatest muralists that we have right now in Australia. She replicated the piece, and I'm like, oh shit, all right. And then I saw another artist from Venezuela, and I don't know where else.
But they're doing it
tagged me.
to support or to send you the piece? Or?
I don't know the reasons why. I think that Danielle, her piece was commissioned, but she didn't know.
I see.
That it was. But then when she saw it, she's like, "Oh shit, my guy!"
Yeah.
I didn't. This is great. I thought that it was a digital piece. I'm like, no, that's me. That's
Dang.
my work."
Yeah.
When it comes to replicating people's art, is there some sort of like copyright?
Well, I have my work's copyrighted,
Yeah.
and we're gonna touch that in a bit.
Okay.
But
Yeah, no,
my
yeah.
work is copyrighted because past experiences have taught me that, dude, my pieces have been going and selling in posters and T-shirts and here and there. And dude, the Steve Jobs painting that I showed you was selling on T-shirts in Arabia and somewhere over there. I'm like, what the fuck, man?
No, just give me a cut, man.
Yeah, that's what I was
I'm not
thinking.
asking
I'm not
for
asking
much,
for anything.
bro.
Just give me a percentage.
Yeah.
But that taught me the lesson.
Is that kind of a compliment when you see it like that? You kind of go like,
Well, if you consider at the time, okay, I'm gonna be the artist that everyone steals from.
yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Because they already took my painting, they're already taking my stuff from online, and they're just
they took it
selling
physically, they took it digitally, they took it everything.
exactly.
Like,
What am I supposed to do? So
Why am I painting?
I started to get wise about it.
That's
and
smart.
to get legal advice and what do you need to do, and the things to do and things to not.
That's awesome.
So I started to get more traction about it. And the name was getting out there.
Right.
Doing better things, bigger things, still being a part of events and still being a part of,
Right.
having a presence
Right.
in important parts, in important events, important areas with important people.
Right.
So now I started to create a name for myself.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, how can I capitalize on this? All the traction that I'm building. I need to get a company. I need to create my own business. So that's when I started to create the LLC, which would give me a front, for me to not only be able to be structured, but also to look apart and to look professional,
legitimize,
to look legit.
Yeah.
You know, because that's one of the other things, and that's what separates me from a lot of artists. When I go to a meeting, I go full on dressed on my brand, looking great and having everything perfect. You know, because that's my brand, my name is just everything I have.
Yeah.
You know, so when I go, I represent myself the best I can. And to be legit, you need to look legit and you need to be legit. You need
we
to
look
be
better.
structured.
Like, this isn't us all the time.
Yeah,
we look better outside of this.
Yeah,
Don't
we're
make
thinking about
this-
the table.
Yeah, we might get
Getting
a
rid
wood
of the table. Yeah.
Maybe a
these-
cloth.
Well, I mean, I think it's cool because the way you present it here, obviously, if people come to the gallery or when they come to the gallery, they'll be able to see, obviously, this used to be the Forever 21, and it's a cutout portion of it. But the way that you've designed it, of putting the art on the wall, just giving it that, like, that uplifting feeling, it shows how much you take care of your art. Not only in the sense of, like, hey, this is a cool piece, but it's exposed, like, in a cool way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's you know, when this opportunity came up, I you know, as everything, I wanted to get the best out of it.
Yeah.
You know, so that's when your creative juices started to kick in. You know, so that, you know, we're back in 2019, and you know, my partner from China, it was the same partner with Ice Cube for the Big 3 League. You know, so he commissioned me to do a piece for Cube to take, you know,
To the Big 3 in
to
China?
the Big 3 in China. And I was like, what if we do the piece for Cube, but we also create limited edition artwork for T-shirts, for merch, for all of that, and blah blah blah.
Right.
So he's like,
Again,
yeah, I love the idea. Let's-
Creating more opportunities for
Exactly,
yourself.
exactly.
That's awesome.
So that's where these pieces came up.
Yeah.
You know, and I started to do them.
These pieces right there, around the front.
Yes,
Yeah.
right there. Those were created for that specific purpose. You know, so we had the whole plan, the whole enchilada. COVID happened.
Nah, it just messes everything
Yeah.
up for everybody.
Well, actually, COVID might have fucked up a lot of things,
Right.
but also gave the opportunity to a lot of good things for a lot of good people.
What's that? No, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
Download the app too. The app is free. Yeah, go ahead.
And so to me, COVID was a big part of my career, just because when you know, when your career is based on events and it's based on red carpets and it's based on you know, being in
Physically
places,
promoting stuff. Yeah.
what are you doing? You know, what are you gonna do? So I started to do digital animation. I always hated digital work just because to me it was like, nah, you're cheating. You're using the computer.
It's not really art.
You know, you're using the computer. You know, you can't change this. You can't change that.
Sorry, Pablo.
You know, I was very against it at the beginning.
Man, sorry,
Naive me.
sorry, bro.
No, naive me.
You're a
me,
cheater.
because it's not cheating. It's just
It's a
it's a tool. It's exponentially better. You know, because it gives you tools that you would not be able to do or to have.
And in 2020 is when you aim that.
Yeah, exactly. So I started to do animation. I started to do, you know, work on myself and my brand. And I remember I started to see, how can I do something that can I apply it in a way that.
Oh, y'all pictures is dope.
You like it?
Like them?
Which one's your favorite? Here, come here, camera. Come here.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, you're fine.
This is the artist right here.
This is the artist right here.
Hi.
His name is Pako Pablos.
The Kobe one with him holding the mamba, that bitch is dope.
Yeah?
That bitch
How'd you
is
know it was a
dope.
female? You called it a bitch. How'd you know it was a female painting? Is it
I'm just saying, that bitch is dope. That bike is tight. I'm not a Kobe fan. I've never been
What
a
are you
Kobe
fan?
I'm Golden State. But I love
but the Kobe?
Kobe.
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta respect the GOAT. Come on.
Oh, of course.
Did you check the what is it? What's some
I
of the
just
details of
downloaded
the
the app.
Yeah, did you check it on the app?
I just got
Okay.
it.
When you go press skip and go to AR
Right there.
right there, and now you go and
Go.
check the piece.
Thank you.
Watch. Put that one right there.
Put that one in one of the
Put it-
paintings.
Look at that. Yo, you didn't know that, did you?
good face.
I was not feeling.
How does that feel?
Yeah.
Isn't that cool? And we gonna pay you later. You don't gotta keep going. We're gonna pay you later. Hey, do this one now. Do this one now.
This one.
And we're just walking around the whole guy.
I know.
Yeah. He made that.
That's
He
him
made
right there.
that.
You are fucking awesome.
Yeah.
What do you do?
Hey, here you go.
Hey, take one of those.
One of those.
Hey, June. Hey,
my God.
hey, June 1st is the actual opening where it's gonna be a full event. It's gonna be the whole thing. We're just recording it now so you guys can get to know him. Follow that page, and then you'll see his link. And on June 1st is gonna be a full event.
Oh, I'm most definitely gonna be here. I love art.
Yeah,
Thank
look at you.
Oh my God.
So all of the pieces.
The app.
Yeah, y'all,
now you gotta download it.
y'all are a perfect commercial right here.
Go back to the Kobe one.
Go back to the Kobe one. Watch Kobe come live. He's not going anywhere. Why are you running?
How does that feel, man? Do you make?
Yeah, I'm sure that feels.
Yeah, that's
the
an
fact that
awesome
somebody-
feeling, man.
Yeah, it feels, it's always, it feels great, because to have these type of reactions, it tells you that what you're doing is good.
Hey, what's your name? Let's give us a shout out. What's your name? What's your name?
Monet.
Monet. Shout out to
Shout
Monet.
out to
Shout out
Monet.
to Monet. We'll see you on June 1st. Follow us on Porque because.
Most definitely.
All right, take a picture of that. I better see what's your handle on IG?
Monet Hendricks.
I'm gonna look for it, all right? All right. Yeah.
Enjoy, guys.
So,
So
that
back
was great, by the way.
back. Shout out to Monet. She's gonna
That
be
was
here.
great.
Thank you, Monet.
You're welcome.
Right. Before COVID, because this is important to my career.
Yeah,
It was
go
important. So after the LeBron James piece, I started to get known in Mexico as well. So now I have.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but you think it'd be backwards? No, it's how you're Mexican. You're known in Mexico first, but you're actually.
It always worked backwards.
Yeah.
But anyways,
Parecen dicho, nadie es
Nadie es
profeta
profeta en su tierra.
en su tierra. Yeah.
So I get invited to open an exhibition at Cámara de Diputados, which is Congress in Mexico.
Yeah.
So I get this invitation to open up the legislative museum over there.
Nice.
So I'm like, shit, all right.
That's a big deal.
Yeah, of course it is. So I'm like, fuck yeah. So it's a big deal. How do I make it bigger, right? So I made my pieces, which were iconos de la cultura popular americana y mexicana.
Okay. So a bunch of icons, people like
Icons, exactly. So I remember I painted Shaq, I painted Julio Cesar Chavez, Tony Hawk, a bunch of historians. I did Zapata. Zapata was actually the face of the exhibition.
That's awesome.
I painted Frida. So I painted icons, right? So I'm like, all right, how do I make it better? So I remember prior, when I started, Julio Cesar Chavez gave me the opportunity to present something.
This is
to
my
him.
favorite song.
So I'm like, all right, let's ask the champ if he wants to dedicate a new piece
So sign it and
for
then dedicate it for
exactly.
Yeah.
So he's like, yeah, sure, let's go, let's do it. I'm like, okay. So I go to his house, and I'm late.
Damn.
You're late to the champ's house.
I'm late.
to the
He's outside. He's outside his garage.
Oh,
Encabronado.
I'm like, holy shit.
Did you tell the guy when you were going? You're like, hey, hurry up,
Dude, I don't go to TJ often, so I was with a guy. I was with a guy that was driving me.
Yeah.
So I'm like, dude, we're late.
And he's like, that fell. It's okay.
We got there, and I'm like, champ, how you doing? Good.
That's right.
I'm like, oh,
Starting off bad.
shit, this is not good. So in my head, I'm like, just don't get beat up. Just don't get beat up.
You're 6'8". No.
He's Julio Chavez.
Straight to the body.
Yeah, one in the liver. Yeah, so
Or like in the calf.
So anyways, I
Check this one out. Go ahead. We'll let you do it.
I showed the painting. To him.
Yeah, go ahead.
And his reaction was, ¡A la verga, qué chingón! and I'm like, oh, okay.
Everything changed.
That changed fast.
Bro, that's the best Julio Cesar Chavez.
And he's very like he's that type of person.
Oh yeah. He's like that. So all of a sudden he went from to cabrón, a ver, ¿y qué quieres que haga? ¿Qué? I'm like, no, campeón, voy a abrir en Cámara de Diputados, quiero ver si me puede hacer el favor de dedicarle su pieza aquí a México.
Oh, shit, yeah.
Entonces, póngale para México de Julio César Chávez.
Para todos nosotros.
Para México de su amigo Julio César Chávez.
Mi amigo.
Chingón, oye, pero yo la quiero.
¡Ah, cabrón!
Espérame, campeón, es que esta pieza va a ser...
Thank you.
Esta pieza se va a exponer en Cámara de Diputados, o sea...
Right.
No se la puedo dar. No, bueno, hazme... No, pero yo quiero esa, cabrón, esa me gusta.
Bueno, acabas de firmar para México, cabrón.
Y así como tratando de convencerlo. Es más, ¿sabe qué, campeón? Yo se la prometo, yo le voy a decir, yo se la traigo y se la regalo, pero déjeme que por favor la pueda exhibir.
Presentarla ahí.
Exacto. Entonces, hey, I got a Julio Cesar Chavez for my exhibition. Then I went and do the same thing with Tony Hawk. You know, so I go to Tony Hawk, Toño Halcón, his pieces. So he did the same thing to Mexico.
San Diego legend,
yeah, exactly. So anyways, I got good pieces to show.
Yeah.
Right. So moving forward, COVID happens. Right. So during COVID, I decided to try something new because in order for you to move forward, you need to be uncomfortable, being comfortable, and things like that, right?
That's sure. Big stuff.
And to me, tech and animation and things like that were not something that I was very avid to.
Right.
You know? So I had my brand. I started with the brand, and it was doing right. You know, it started with a good push. Then I'm like, okay, what can I do? And then I saw how to apply a technology in my favor in a way that hasn't been applied before. You know, so I started to gather my team, and I'm like, okay, let's try this out. So I started to play. We developed the app. We developed a project that we were going to use this technology with my artwork. You know, so that was throughout the whole COVID thing. When COVID was dying, I remember I had that all in my bag.
Dang.
You know,
so you just took COVID for time to start.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah, exactly. Dang. You know, that's when you need to work it. You know, because what else are you gonna do?
Tú sí chambeas. No te cansas, ¿verdad?
Well, dude, it's the Mexican Indian.
I know. I heard that too. Yeah.
So
gift and a curse.
Yeah. So then we started to see that thing work, right? So I remember I started to collaborate with Dominic Cruz. With Dominic Cruz, we did some work where he actually used the technology in his favor, you know, his merchandise. And then I'm like, all right, I did that. Let's do it for my whole thing. You know, let's turn this into a Pako Pablos universe.
And then you gotta do all this for every piece. Like you gotta work on like animation.
Because that's the thing. A lot of people, you know, would hire people to do their shit. I don't. You know, honestly, I do the painting, I do the animation.
I thought you hired someone because I was like, there's no way. Because like the Michael Jordan one, where it's different parts of the art come out. I was like,
dude, that's a pain in the ass.
I was like, somebody. I'm like, there's no way. Like, no, man. She's like, he paints, he does promotion, works with socials, and he's gonna be doing animation. I was like,
well, I'm an army man.
That's he's Mexican, bro. You think he's gonna hand it over to someone?
Yeah, it's like when something breaks in your house. I can fix it.
Let me call a mechanic. I can do it.
So now I have my own universe, right? So now I started to be one of the few artists in the world using this successfully. Not only in an art world, but also in a merchandise industry, you know, in a commercial industry. Right. Because my pieces, the stickers, my posters, everything comes to life when you use the app.
Right.
You know, so now I'm above a lot of people. You know, so now I'm like, all right, what do we do with this?
Right.
You know, and we create this.
That's awesome.
So we create something and look for opportunities to place it in a platform where people can actually see it.
Yeah.
And people are always on their phone.
Yeah, exactly.
People
So
are always on it.
So COVID kind of ended, and then by 2022, I believe, that was COVID was slowing down, and I remember I got this email, and my lawyer was copied in it, and it was Mr. Pako Pablos. I hope this email finds you well. We're writing in behalf of Warner Brothers. We want to use your piece of LeBron James in Space Jam.
Dude. It's Space Jam.
What the
Space
fuck?
Yeah.
Really?
I'm like, nah, fucking way.
He's like, where do I put my credit card? Stop lying.
I called my lawyer. I'm like, dude, did you check that? Yeah, man, it's legit.
Damn.
I'm like, wait, what? He's like, yeah, man, they're asking you for permission.
I know that feeling.
To use the piece to be in perpetuity in Space Jam.
Yes, I do.
And
Look, Bugs Bunny, bro.
I know, right? You work with Bugs Bunny. I think the crazier part is that, your art, when you think of it of the movie and what it was going towards, and your art, it's like it just works so perfectly.
Yeah,
you do have influences of basketball.
That's the reason why I said that now is iconic.
Right.
Because it's like the cherry on top. It went like full circle.
Yeah.
Dude, you
from
work
the
with
creation.
Warner Brothers.
I know. From the creation to the moment that it was stolen, to the moment that it went viral and I thought that it was it, to closing circle being in the movie of LeBron James.
I'm gonna go watch the movie right now.
Yeah.
Once I leave, I'm gonna watch it.
It's at the moment when I think it's the bad guy. He's looking for LeBron James.
And
When he sings it to his crib.
Yeah, when he sees the screen and there's like a bunch of images and stuff, so the painting
okay.
comes out in there.
I bet I'm gonna watch it.
And,
I'm watching. I will try to grab it with the camera and show my phone, see if it works.
So
See if it'll move.
See if it moves.
So I'm like, holy shit! So because now, it's not only in my head. Now I'm in a very unique niche of artists.
Yeah.
Because I have original artwork in a feature movie, in a feature film.
That's awesome.
So that puts me in a club on itself. Especially coming from Mexico Latino. That's pretty cool.
That's really cool. Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks.
Awesome. Yeah.
So now COVID's there, and I'm like, all right, so let's go full on.
Yeah.
What thing I do? The first thing I do, campeón, ¿quieres su pintura? So I'm like, all right.
No, let me. Claro que sí. No, sí. Ya estuviera.
So I go back to TJ. Now I know where he lives exactly.
And I
Now
showed
I'm
up
not late. Now I'm not late. So now I walk in. He just came from training. He's just sweating on his
keeps
pants.
training, right?
He's like, cabrón, un tiro, ¿qué pedo? I'm like, no. I mean, estoy aquí para la pintura. Sí. Lo que le prometí. Simón, a ver. La agarra y, que a ver, ponte ahí por una foto. Que no es que. Y luego, he grabs the painting, and he's like, con el respeto de todos los demás, because he has his living room has artwork.
I can't imagine the amount of people that just give him stuff.
He's like, con el respeto de todos los demás, pero esta es la pieza más chingona que me han entregado. And I'm like,
es el cuadro más chingón que he recibido, con todo el respeto de todos los demás, pero es el cuadro más chingón que he recibido.
Muchas. I mean, because just what you said about the reaction of Monet, that it's organic and it's like, holy shit. Now imagine how you feel when literally someone that has seen everything around the world has that reaction from your work.
Everybody caters to him, like, oh, what painting do you want?
I can't imagine the things that he's seen in his life. I mean,
exactly. And as a matter of fact, if you see, podcasts in his house and things,
they're all over.
My painting is next to all of his titles.
Dude,
so that's when you know it's like, holy shit.
It's in a couple of his social medias as well. Sometimes he'll throw something like sitting or with his family.
If you come to the grand opening, right there.
Yeah, pictures right there. We'll add it right
first here.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. That's fun.
I know, we make them work.
I swear.
So now I have, the name to be an artist with a good category of work. My trajectory, my work, my everything, backs me up.
Yeah.
So now I'm starting to be recognized. Now I get invited to Guadalajara, by the president of, the mayor of Guadalajara, you know, to congratulate me and to recognize me as one of Guadalajara's sons.
Yeah.
You know? So that feels very good.
Oh,
you know, that feels very good because, you know, it makes you feel appreciated.
At your hometown.
You know, at my hometown, exactly. What we were talking about, that there's no profit in your own land. Well, there's one.
Hey!
So now I get recognized by the mayor. I get recognized by the dean of the University of Guadalajara. So now I'm starting to do things in a bigger and broader scale, right? That's what leads us to this gallery.
Yep.
The art gallery here in Escondido has a plan, you know. Obviously, right now, you know, the grand opening is very important just because I want to show our community, you know, that we have things to show, that we have things that we can accomplish. You know, I don't want to say a role model, but I want to show people by example. You know, if I did something, anyone can. You know, you just need to put your mindset. You just need to make sure that that's what you want and just put the work in, right? So this gallery represents a lot of work and a lot of dreams may come true. You know, so this opportunity is for our community to see the gallery, but also the vision of it is to have a platform where we can exhibit and we can show local talent. You know, where we can use what I already created, the name that I already have, to give a platform for, you know, artists of all kind of arts. It doesn't matter your craft.
Yeah, because art can be defined differently, right?
Yeah, totally. I mean, you can be great at music, you can be great at sculpting, you can be great at podcasting. You know, at this day and age, digital art is a whole different scale. You know, it's a whole different monster.
And even like sports can be considered.
Oh yeah, totally. You know, everything is an art. Everything that requires creativity is an art.
Right.
You know, so that's what we want to do.
Yeah.
You know, we need to start step by step. But the first step is already done.
Yeah.
You know, so we have this place here. We invite you, everyone, June 1st, 2 to 3.
Yeah.
You know, we will have drinks and food. We will have our community. We will have, you know, great gifts, giveaways. But it's an important step.
Yeah.
You know,
And I'm sorry. But I think it's very important to stress it because we are essentially born and raised in Escondido, California, in San Diego County, in Southern California, and I think we've had the opportunities to really show and bring people in like you to you are a leader in the community. I know it's tough to accept it, and I know it's hard for you to maybe it's good when other people recognize it a lot better, and you are a leader in the community. To have you this open and on June 1st to have that opportunity, not only to get to know you, but to get to know your art, get to know, you know, what goes through your mind, you know, what, and for those people that really, because we've had a lot of people that come in and are just wowed by your art and ask you questions. How did you do that? Yeah, shout out to Monet. But June 1st is going to be an amazing opportunity to show the love to the community, grow this, because I know this is going to grow more. I know it's going to be one of those things that's going to become a staple in the Escondido community, in the Southern California community.
Guys, we just took a tour of the place. We can't say much, but there's big things coming, guys. You guys have no idea how much this is going to help the community grow. Like, it's...
Yes, and we want to make sure that on June 1st, like we said, you do come out and at the end of the day, support. Because you got to support your own. And like I said, it's just one of those things where you are a leader in the community. Yeah. And I definitely want to thank you for that.
Thank you.
Really, it is awesome.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, just how the way he was speaking, like how me, myself, I'm trying to do cinematic videography, film editors, and everything like that. You saying that you just put everything forward and you just say, fuck it, I'm going to keep going. That's how I've been trying to do since the beginning. So it's like hearing it from you and hearing it from like all this, like we just starting. Yeah. At the end, who knows what's gonna happen? But at least we tried it, and at least we fucking did.
I think one of the things that obviously, like I said, I've been a fan of Pako Pablos for a long time, and I've seen it, but I just recently really dug into his story and what it is, because it's nice to see art, but when you find out who's behind it, and it's admirable. It really is, and just to know that you're a grinder, just to know that you really never stop. I mean, COVID, a lot of us stopped. You built a new app and you built a different way to see your art. It's admirable. I can honestly say that I look up to you, and it's one of the things that I'm very proud of, to have you on the podcast and get to know you. And hopefully this relationship continues. And on June 1st, like I said, we have to show the love.
Yes.
Oh, for sure.
All the people from Escondido, you guys know where the mall is. You guys have always been here.
And you've been to the food court. So
Yeah, it's by the food court, guys. It's by the food court. Bring your mom.
Don't bring your food. We're gonna have drinks and
Yeah, we're
food
gonna have
from
food,
Black Angus and Red Robin.
Ooh, right here at the mall.
Fancy. Yeah. You sure you want to feed us all that? Because we just with the three of us. Yeah.
We can shut it down. We've shut some buffets down.
Yeah, but I think it's cool. Other than that, is there anything else you want to add, plug? Obviously, you got more than enough of recognition, but if there's anything we could help you with, just so you can let the people know where to find you and where to catch all your content.
I appreciate that, and like you said, it's always good to have the back of your community. Just because when you do things for your community do things for you when you need them. So I think that this is a big step for Escondido, just because the plans that we have are bigger than that you might imagine, and it's you always do it step by step. So I appreciate all the all the support and all the words of kindness. And if you want to learn more about me, you can follow me in my tags at Pako Pablos right here, and social media, all of them are the same. When you see that we're asking support, just show up. I might be big, but I'm friendly. Just come over and say hi.
He's tall. Again.
But he's nice. Yeah, but he's nice. He's a friendly.
Dude, when I was talking to him, I was like, this, I felt like holding his hand. Like, walk me to school.
So just come over, show support. I mean, that's all we can ask.
Yeah, and buy the merch, because the merch is awesome. That's how I got to know him, and that's the way that
He has big sizes, guys.
Yeah, he goes big. Yeah, he goes big too.
Which is a big plus for me.
Yeah.
Like, I love to support, and I need a bigger shirt.
Believe me, I carry big shirts because of my own. I have to wear big. So
Yeah,
that's great.
Yeah, but it's awesome. Like, again, I can't stress this enough, and I'm gonna keep saying it. June 1st, be here at the mall, North County Mall in Escondido, California. Please show the love, support, because it's gonna be worth it. You're gonna love what you see. Once again, free food. Come for the free food. If you're not gonna come for the free.
2 to 3, 3 to 4.
For
2 to 4. 3 to 4.
2 to 4.
2 to 4.
And if you missed it,
come back. It's still gonna be here.
Still gonna be here.
It's still gonna be here. It's not going anywhere, guys.
Yeah. So again, thank you so much. And like I said, anything else? You guys got any shout outs?
shout out to Stealth Mode.
Stealth Mode. Thank you.
Thank you, brother. Thank you for giving us the care package. We really like it. Feels comfortable and everything.
Yeah,
and we are launching. He is launching this brand on March 31st. I'm putting a link under the description below. And thank you, Andrew. We fuck with your shirts.
But June 1st.
But June 1st.
I just want to say, man, thank you again for coming.
Thank you, guys.
Like,
thank you.
It's a big.
I wanna.
Yeah.
Oh damn!
Yeah.
Well, damn.
That's
You got big hands, dog.
No, look at this.
Look at this stuff.
Yeah, bro. Once again, I'd like to thank you, because we're just starting off on this podcast. We're episode 23. And the fact that you would come and talk to us and just give us your time is a big deal, especially for me, because I'm a big like, hey guys, I don't know, will he still be down? And he's like, no, bro, he's down. Trust me, you can do it. I'm like, okay. He's a big artist. He might cancel. But, man.
Piece of advice, man. If you want to say something, just say it. If you want to ask something, just ask.
Say it with your chest.
So talk shit.
Boxers or briefs? Actually, no.
Depends.
Yeah, actually, it's true. My fiance's been, because we had a whole
ask
thing.
her, man.
I mean,
just saying.
God,
can you see the bulk a little? It's up to you.
Yeah, you got me on that one. No, because we wanted to do the basketball painting thing, right? And we were going back and forth, what type of paint, and this and that. And she's been bugging me, what type of paint do you use for your art?
It's mixed media, man, depending on what I want to show, you know. Like I said, I'm known because of the work of the pastels, and that requires acrylics, gesso, and all type of, it can be from pencils to, whatever I find, so that's the creative way of, attacking something.
You're like, I need the brown, like this dirt brown right here.
Dude, sometimes dirty fingers for a reason. Why? Sometimes I don't even use color, and whatever I have in residuals, I just use, and it gives specific things. You just need to make sure, that it works for what you're looking for.
Right.
But,
Pastels and
Those are
acrylics.
acrylics. Yeah, there's the answer.
Thank you.
Yeah, we need someone to guide us.
Artists will always give you.
Yeah, dude. Shout out to your wife, bro.
Yeah,
It's a great trooper. Thank you again.
Supports him, I'm sure, and like I said, you always need help, and I'm sure you do a lot for them. So.
Yeah, she does everything pretty much.
You just paint.
I just go hide in my corner, and that's what I do.
But I'm good, bro. You good?
Yeah, we're good. Yeah, like I said, thank you guys for watching Familia Favela. Muchas gracias por escuchar. Remember, you are the fourth carnal. Peace.
Pableezy production.
Let him finish.